Go ahead.
I want to make sure that I say this because I don't know if it's in the videos. None of the crew speaks English. We've been using a translator on the phone. My son-in-law came here when we did the contract and said, make sure there's someone that speaks English, because they had already started the work before I even finished the second part of the contract. And he said, yes, he would try to have someone come that speaks English. That never happened because he lies. The project manager was supposed to be here every day, guiding the crew. He showed up 5 times for about 15 minutes, and that was it. The crew doesn't know what they're doing. Complete miscommunication between the owner and the crew. We're using a translator. It doesn't help. And even when I tell them where I want the thing or ask me first, they don't. They don't ask me first. I come back, it's done wrong. They have to do it over again. And it says fan, connect new fan, not fart fan, not exhaust fan in bathroom. See how it fucking bathed?
Let's just, okay, now we're recording. I mean, I'll take any audio out of it so we can say whatever you want.
So this is it.
Okay, let's back up here. So
do you want me to tell you what they did?
well, say initially what they were supposed to do, and this is where we're at.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the tub surround was already made.
Mm-hmm.
This was already done, and the sides were open.
Okay.
All they had to do was fix this piece right here and put up these walls. Finish the wall. And they didn't measure and they didn't do it right, so then they had to come back and do it again and push it outwards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they did these 2 walls.
Mm-hmm.
And this back piece, and that's it. The granite is a totally separate company, which I have paid for. It has nothing to do with the company.
Okay.
They have come in after the fact and laid metal tools on the granite when I tell them not to. And I don't trust them to be in this area with the new granite because they don't care at all.
Okay.
Okay. They were supposed to, the vanity is outside. Also nothing to do with them. It got brand new granite on it. It's now, there was no floor when they took the vanity out. So they have to take this tile off, cut 1 or 2 of these, and then put it back together and put the vanity in. They didn't touch that. They did paint. That's what they did in here. They put in the sheetrock in the ceiling.
Okay.
And they painted.
Okay. Excuse me.
I told them not to sheetrock this because they need to get to the plumbing. They sheetrocked it. I took off in the kitchen to go get myself something to eat. I come back, the whole thing sheetrocked. How are you going to sheetrock when the plumbing's right there?
Right.
Did you see it?
Mm-hmm.
So, that's okay. And they cut it. And it's constant. It was constant that I have to be the manager of these guys. Okay, so that's it for the bathroom.
That's all the work they've done.
That's all the work that was supposed to be done that they didn't do, and the work that they did do.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Then they built this.
Mm-hmm.
They did that within the first week.
Mm-hmm.
And then it sat here. And here's the work that's not correct. They didn't measure properly, and now I had to be ingenious and get molding to put inside the gap because they didn't measure correctly. Both sides, and there's still a gap.
Okay.
Okay? They didn't ask me if I wanted this to come down. They didn't measure. So now, again, I have to be creative and have another piece of wood and have them cut it. And then they cut it, and they put the end that's cut facing outwards.
Right.
I shouldn't have to tell people this. It should be, that's what you want it to look like. I don't want it to look like that. Okay, so they built the closet. They painted it. They put in the thing, which my neighbor came and looked at it, and he said, that's crooked. They had to come and redo that too because it was completely crooked. Okay? They don't come with their own tools, which is in the contract. They're using my tools, and if I don't have the tool, the work doesn't get done because they're not bringing the tools.
Right.
Okay, the floor's done. They had to do it twice. That's how I wanted it.
And you had pictures before.
And I have pictures of the before, which I'll attach. And the owner literally looked at it and said, "Oh, it's exactly the same thing," and tried to make that my fault too. Okay. So this part, this is, you know, the floor is not laid. None of the floors have been laid.
And the door is not up.
And the door is not up. And the molding's not nailed in because they didn't bring the, they don't have, they didn't, how do you not have a nail gun?
Okay.
Okay.
So that's it.
So
just to confirm
and
that.
then I kept asking the crew, ask me first, ask me first, ask me first. Okay. They put my thermostat on this wall without asking me. I don't want it there, I want it there. So now they have to cut the sheetrock and do it again. They put a light, come back in the bathroom. They put a light above the bathtub. Again, I went out to the kitchen, I was gone for 40 minutes, I come back in and they hooked up the light in above the tub. It's not even in the contract. And I said no, and they said, oh, okay. So they had to undo what they did.
Right. And that's why I not checked with
This
you
is why
upon the
I'm
plan.
like babysitting them, it's horrible.
Okay.
Okay, and then he had them paint everything. The owner told them to paint everything. They took out the drop ceiling, the metal frame for the drop ceiling that used to be here, and they sheetrocked it.
Yep.
All of these are my materials. He's only doing labor. His tools, his labor. He's not bringing, the crew doesn't bring their own tools. They used my wet saw, they used my miter saw.
And how many times have they showed up without their tools? Completely every time?
At least half the time, every time they used my tools.
You're using your tools.
And if I didn't have the tools, then they can't do the work.
Wow.
Okay, so, and then I want it, you know, the 18-foot wall, that's supposed to go from here to that window. The window's coming out, frame it in, put a door, the door's outside.
Okay.
Okay, waiting to be put in. And he told me they have to put the wall here. Well, I found out they could just put 2x4s like this and put the wall where I want it. And now look. This is where the 4x4 they put in. And here's where they put the door in. And when you add sheetrock to this, it's gonna be past the door, past where the door is. There'll be no door molding, nothing.
Right.
And he had them sheetrock, again, sheetrock the area right here, and primer and paint it, and now it's gotta get, the whole thing has to be cut out again, so the wall can be put in, and 2x4s have to be put in.
Right.
I had 45 2x4s. They used 15 to 20 of them, just for that little bit of work right there that I showed you in the bathroom. And the rest, those were in my room.
Okay.
It's not like I left it at public access.
Right.
And they showed up missing. They turned up missing. He said he would replace them. That was 3 weeks ago. He's telling me I'm the one that's preventing the work from being done, but he hasn't replaced the materials that we need to finish it.
So technically speaking, those materials are off site and they're gone. So
They're
technically
gone.
that's theft.
Yes, that's theft.
Okay. So.
Okay. He ruined the tiles, and he replaced 4 of them to finish that job in the closet.
Okay.
But he never replaced the 14 of my materials that he destroyed.
Right.
Okay. I don't trust him to lay the floor because he'll destroy my materials and do it wrong. He told the crew he wanted to lay the floor before the wall's built. We're supposed to take the bed and put it in this closet area when the closet's finished. And he told them to come and start laying the floor in the closet. But he's yelling at me that, why are we not moving the bed? It's like a game he's playing. Just not doing the work and trying to blame me for everything. Okay?
Right.
So all these wires go into the wall, so there'll be plugs in the wall, and that's fine. Never finished that. That's supposed to be a switch for the lights. They never put the lights in. the electric is there for the lights, but they're not in.
Right.
Okay.
And that'll still have to come out anyway when they redo the wall.
Well, they can just cut a hole and put them in. They're
okay.
recessed lighting.
Okay.
You can show them what they're supposed to look like in the closet.
Okay.
Because the lights, he put the lights in the closet. Just walk back over there.
Okay. So
There's supposed to be 8 more. 4 in here and 4 on the other side.
go ahead.
Well, you won't be able to see it unless you come really close.
Excuse me.
All of this, there's all bumps. It's not even. All down this. There's a spot here where it bows outwards, and you can't see it, but it's like this much. Can you try to focus in on that?
Yeah.
Up here, you could see nail marks. It's absolutely subpar work. Subpar. Can you get the ceiling right there? That's finished.
Yeah, no,
You see it?
We got that part.
That's finished. See all look at that big lump right there. But that's primered and painted. And that's supposed to be finished work. It's subpar. Keep going. Right here, up there, subpar. Right? In here, there's nail holes. Holes. This is supposed to be finished. There's holes. It's subpar work. Look at this. They moved it over. This is what I'm left with. They didn't patch it. They didn't say anything. This is actually the first time I'm looking at it. Why didn't they put it right back where it was? I have to have someone fix that. That's because it's my materials. That's why I'm thinking that.
Okay.
So he wanted to build the wall before he took the window out.
Right.
Here's where the wall is going to end.
Okay.
And I said, no. You have to take the window out first and frame it in and then do the wall.
Right.
Period. You can't do it any other way. He wanted to take that window out at the beginning, and I said, no. I'm not going to be having this room with a big gaping hole.
Right.
And when you finish this and get to that, then take it out. Okay. And it's a good thing I did, or I would have been stuck here for 3 months with a big gaping hole in that wall. Okay. So.
Is there anything we need to see outside back here?
Yes. And all the trash, they don't clean up. Look, they don't clean up. Look, see? Oh, we'll be back tomorrow to clean it. Oh, we'll be back. Then that crew never came back. They sent a different crew. They never clean up after themselves.
Right.
Sometimes, and they're never here. They get here at 7 a.m. They'll get here at 11 a.m. They get here at 12. They get here at 8. They get here. There's no schedule. They don't show up. No consistency. But I have to get up at 6:30 every day because they might get here at 7. There's no communication. He told me he was going to text me the night before. He did it for a minute and then he stopped. The owner.
Got it.
Okay. So there's a big, huge pile of trash over here. They just threw it. Big, huge pile of trash. Oh, we'll do it at the end. You should be taking it as you go.
Okay. Anything else over here or out here?
No.
Okay. Okay, he's doing what now?
He's accusing me this last week that I insisted on living in this room. I have a front bedroom. If the bed's still here, I can stay in here. When he moves it, I can go stay in the guest bedroom. Okay. I'm not insisting on anything. I'm insisting that the work gets done correctly in the correct order. How can you put sheetrock on before you put the electric in?
You guys agreed on the order of how the work was supposed to get done?
We stood right there. Yvette Thompson was my witness. That the plan was to finish this area first, and then move the bed over to there so now they can continue with this side.
Okay.
And he came in my house on Christmas Eve. He forced me on Christmas Eve. I told him no. He forces me, pressures me, forces me. And he came here, she was here, I have her as a witness, and he started yelling at me and telling me, you never said we had to take the bed apart. Look at this bed. You're gonna move, it weighs as much as an SUV. Where's your common sense? Of course you have to move the bed. Now look at the closet opening. How would you even get the bed through that opening, a hole? Of course you have to take it apart. And then he's saying, you never said that. I paid him $1,200 to move the furniture.
Right.
Now he wants to lay the floor where the bed is supposed to go in there. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Right.
Okay. I told them to paint up to here. This room is gonna get another color. They painted it all the way over. They don't listen. They could have been doing this. If they don't have anything else to do, they could have been finishing this. They took the door out there. So they haven't even sanded it. Can you walk over there?
Yeah.
That's where the door used to be.
Okay.
Okay, and this is where they put the door now. So that was done.
Okay.
None of this has been touched since they did it. And they ran the 220 wire. And there it is there. That's not finished. They didn't put the 220 plug in. They didn't put the unit in. There's another unit right here.
Okay.
That's supposed to go in my room with the door. That goes where the window is. Still in the box. Haven't touched it.
Okay.
Okay. There's 2 plugs. They didn't finish any of the outlets.
Mm-hmm.
No outlets have been put. The actual outlet, just wires sticking out of the wall.
Okay.
Capped off. There's a plug in the front that they're supposed to replace. They've had 3 months. It's a 5-minute job. They haven't done that either. That window that in my bedroom is supposed to go here. They're supposed to take the sliding glass door out and put that window in and then frame that all in. And they're supposed to take this door out, wall this off, paint everything, and put this on the inside so that we can make a closet.
Right.
And they haven't touched any of that. They haven't touched it.
And this job started when?
November 11th.
And
It was supposed to be 4 to 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And all he does is lie, try to do things in reverse, send the crew without tools. The crew urinated, one of the guys urinated in my front yard. I didn't say anything because I don't want to even talk to this guy because now we're going to go off on circles about non-work. There was a guy drinking, sitting in the front yard, drinking a can of beer while they were waiting for someone to bring a tool. He drops, the guys come, and then they don't bring the tools, and I'm sitting here for 2 hours with one guy standing here, sitting in the front yard, waiting 2 hours for the other guy to come back with the tools. Or he'll tell me they're coming, and then they don't show up.
How many times have they no-showed?
About 6 times.
Okay.
This last week, they did not come Monday. They came Tuesday for like 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't come Wednesday. They didn't come Thursday. They came Friday without the nail gun to finish the molding or any of the tools to put in the sliding glass doors for the sliding mirror doors for the closet. They came with no tools and they knew they needed this.
I remember you saying
they
that
they just finished. Oh, they grouted on Tuesday. They grouted on Tuesday.
Okay.
And they showed up, they knew, they pre-cut the molding. They'll come back with the gun. They came back Friday. No nail gun, no tools. And they're like, well, we can put the doors in. Mm-hmm. I said, you can't put the doors in until you connect the molding.
Right.
Oh, okay. So they left.
So the workers, and you said the workers don't have the tools because the owner doesn't supply them with the tools.
I don't know.
Well, that's what they're saying. Okay.
They don't have the tools.
Right.
And then they're very everybody's very, very disrespectful to me. They just leave stuff everywhere. They don't clean up after themselves. I asked them, please ask me first. They say, okay, then they don't ask me. Then they do it wrong. So it forces me to be the project manager. And my nervous system is shot because I have to like they're 5-year-olds. Not like that. Not like that. And I'm not picky. I'm not being picky. You didn't measure it right. You didn't lay the floor right. I put the tile down on the floor and showed them. And I come back and they did it completely differently. And now
With all that said, you're a person who, this is your home. This is a very strenuous,
look at my home.
there's a very strenuous situation upon you, right? I understand that. And
I laid all this tile. I know how to lay tile. I'm paying them to do it.
So based on your medical history, this is stuff that you don't need, based on your heart, based on the structure.
And he knows I have a pacemaker, and he knows that I have a heart condition, and he chooses to do this to me anyway.
Okay.
He gaslights me. He lies. He tries to do projects backwards and tells me he knows what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing. Okay, so then the last one. Here's the switch. It's been sitting here. He's charging me $150 to put it in. How long does it take to put a switch in? It's going right here, or sorry, right here. There it sits. And I've asked him, well, can you do that before you go? Can you do that before? Oh yeah, tomorrow. Oh yeah, tomorrow. 3 months. You couldn't put a switch in? And then this, they don't pick up. They left this, they left it. They just leave it like this. They took molding off and threw it in the trash without asking me when I need to reuse that molding because everything's my materials. All these 2x4s could have been put in that ceiling. They're throwing them in the trash. They don't ask me. I have no control over my own project that I'm paying them to do. And my neighbor, Dave, saw them pull up in the truck, take trash out of their back of their truck, and put it in my garbage. So they're bringing other people's projects' trash to my site. And on Christmas Eve, he yelled and screamed at me. I said, please come and... They're not missing, the 2x4s. I said, please count how many they used. Come in here and count how many they used in the project. And he started yelling at me, I'm talking. I said, well, come and do this and talk at the same time, count them. He said, okay, they used 20. Well, there was 45. And I have it in text messaging that he's gonna replace it. The crew told me he said he would replace it. 3 weeks, hasn't replaced it. But it's my fault. He keeps blaming me that it's my fault that he can't finish the project. Well, you didn't order the 2x4s. How are they gonna do anything without them? And this is what I've been going through. Why would you put sheetrock up first before you build a wall and paint it and everything else? Why should I have to pay for my materials that you're gonna have to now rip out and do it over again? And you're gonna say, oh, look at all this work we did. No, you had to do it twice, and that's your fault, not my fault.
Which is wasting time and money.
It's wasting time.
And money.
And my time too.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yes.
So does that cover everything?
Yes.
Okay. So after reviewing everything that was said in the contract and things that we talked about and doing the walkthrough, I want you to take a moment. I want you to say everything that you want to say right now. What's your next steps?
Well, are you going to put in about the contract that he said?
No.
He put in the contract that homeowner is responsible for pulling permits. And
I'll say everything.
I didn't know about the electrical. I just know it's not structural and I don't want permits. He said, okay, well, we don't have to have permits. But he put that in there that it's my responsibility to get them. And I don't know anything. I don't know these laws. I don't know anything, but apparently that's not up to California board. I don't want to get in trouble because I didn't know. He also put that he's not responsible for the furniture when he's charging me $1,200 to move the furniture. He said if it took under 2 hours, I would get $700 back. That's in the contract. It only took 1 hour as they have not took the bed apart.
But after review, we mentioned that it was the general contractor's responsibility to pull permits, correct?
Correct. If needed.
Right.
And then there's no manager. There's supposed to be a manager on site to direct the crew.
That speaks English?
He was supposed to have someone come that speaks English. My son-in-law was here when we did the contract, the revision of the contract before he got the first payment. And he said he would try to have someone here that speaks English. That didn't happen. The manager comes for 10 minutes and leaves and doesn't say anything. So I end up having to be responsible for this crew. And they don't listen, and they don't speak English, and we're using a translator, and they still don't listen. Ask me. They don't listen. They do, okay, then they do it anyway. Now I come back, they have to redo the work. So I can't have a life at all. I'm a prisoner in my own house because of it. No schedule, nothing. We already went over that. So they've destroyed the tile. They've stolen the 2x4s. They've never been replaced. These are all my materials that I bought. And that's in the contract. Labor and tools. They don't bring the tools. And I don't trust them to continue to do the work because I have solid rosewood flooring that's going in that I bought 20 years ago at $5.49 a square foot. If I had to replace that because they ruined it, it's now $15 a square foot, and he won't replace it. He won't. He takes no accountability at all. He blames me. He blame shifts and blames me when it's his fault, not mine. I'm the person hiring you. Okay? I'm going to print up and have 3 witnesses stop work order. That because I can't tolerate him being here anymore. He's supposed to come. I have that in writing, in text. He's supposed to come Tuesday. What's the date? The 13th. Tuesday, January 13th. Today is Saturday, January 10th. Today is January 10th, 2026. He's supposed to come this Tuesday. I'm going to have 3 witnesses there who are going to sign on this form, and I'm going to hand him that form. And now I'm handing this over to you, California State Licensing Board, to investigate him. Because he got paid already, half, and it's through Slice NBO financing, and I don't want him to get he didn't finish the job, so he's not getting paid, and I need documentation that I served him at least to stop work. And I don't know what else to do. I'm 60 years old, and I have a pacemaker, and I'm being abused and taken advantage of